in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast for all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time. I'm Pastor Pope, Senior Pastor of New Life Christian Center, located at 400 Hillcrest Avenue in Wilmington, Delaware, at the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. We invite you to come and worship with us every Sunday at 10 a.m. at New Life Christian Center. If you're in our area, we invite you to come and experience a better quality of life. There is parking on Hillcrest. We are the brown brick building located right on the corner of Hillcrest and Marsh Road in Wilmington, Delaware. And if you're not in our area, you can tune in for the Sunday sermon at 10:45 a.m. when we go live. But service begins at New Life Christian Center every Sunday at 10 a.m. Come and experience a better quality of life. And I want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, as you know, we are Facebook Live, we are YouTube Live, and we are on RadioFreeNetwork.com. You can click on radio, the Dropbox will appear, click on the New Life link, and every broadcast is available to you at RadioFreeNetwork.com. Today's 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, is brought to you by Fiji Water, Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature? It is untouched by man. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock, where the water collects in a natural, sustainable artesian aquifer where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the blue cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is Earth's finest water. It's not just water, it's Fiji water. And for those of you who continue giving on the give segment of our app at New Life-Delaware, and those of you that have made a weekly or monthly commitment to support the broadcast by giving on the give segment of our app at New Life-Delaware and on the contribution pages of our website at newlifeministryinternational.com and newlifeinternationalcdc.com. We thank you for your support and for your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here to address whatever topics you might like to discuss, whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. You can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families, dating and relationships, whatever's in your heart, whatever's on your mind. God is concerned about that which concerns you. So we are here in the FijiWater.com sponsored studio every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that your energy level has decreased significantly. It has impacted your professional performance, and you have tried everything that you can think of to get your energy level to increase. So I'll begin by saying this. When you've tried everything that you could possibly think of, you are going to have to try some different methods. Things that maybe not necessarily what you yourself would think of, but there's other resources. And as you know, one of the resources we provide for health and wellness is that you can reach out to Rebecca Buva, licensed and registered dietitian and nutritionist, BeccaTheDietitian.com. So you can reach out to her by email or contact her. You'll find her contact number on her website at BeccaTheDietitian.com. There is information on her website that will give you tools to be able to make and address some changes. I will also encourage you, if you want to improve your energy level, I want to encourage you to do certain things. Some of them you may already be doing, but I'm going to give you some additional guidelines. And as you know, you can reach out to BeccaTheDietitian.com. So I'm going to begin by saying this. You, particularly during this summer season for all of us, you've got to stay hydrated. But in addition to staying hydrated, water is hydrogen and oxygen. So it's going to, in addition to keeping you hydrated, it's going to give you more energy because your brain is getting more hydrogen and oxygen. So you've got to stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. And you didn't say this in your communication, but God showed me in that secret place of your life. That's one of the things that you have a deficiency, because you drink a lot of juices and a lot of, iced tea and smoothies and all of that, but you're not, all of those things are not harmful to you. But you've got to drink water. You've just got to drink clear water. Fiji water. If you don't drink Fiji water, you still have to drink water, okay? But I will say this to you. We were always told to drink 64 fluid ounces of water every day. That's 8-ounce glasses of water. That's 64 fluid ounces. Pardon me. But since then, I've shared with some of our listeners and viewers previously that one of the things that I read an article, and one of the things that encourages you to do is drink 50% of your body weight. So essentially, know your numbers. So know what you weigh and divide it by 2. And drink that in fluid ounces of water every single day. Listen, you drink iced tea, you drink smoothies, that's fine, and you drink fruit juices. You've got to keep those at a minimal, but you can drink those things, but nothing is going to replace water. Not lemonade, not iced tea, just because they're liquids, they're not going to replace water. You've got to drink clear water every single day, and you're not doing that right now. So you've got to make that change. That's one change you're going to need to make. If you really want your energy level to increase, you're going to have to get the appropriate amount of sleep every night. So what does that look like for you? It's interesting. We were having a conversation yesterday about sleep patterns, and one of the things that I'm really focused on right now is trying to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night. And like last night, I was able to get 9 hours and 2 minutes. Now I'm wearing a Samsung smartwatch provided by T-Mobile, but you can do whatever you need to do to track your sleep patterns and make sure you're getting the appropriate amount of sleep. And we all say, well, I'm getting enough sleep, even when we're sleep deprived. But the reality is that we need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to be able to perform at peak performance. Now, there's exceptions to every rule. So some people may be able to perform at peak performance with 7 hours of sleep. You're going to be able to perform at peak performance if you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep. That's a third of our day should be used to sleep and rest. And if you're getting 9 hours, then you're ahead of the game, because your body needs that rest to rejuvenate itself. And so these are things you're going to have to change. You say you've tried everything, but you've tried everything you can think of. And you did say that, everything you can think of. But you're not focused on the water, and you're not focusing on changing your sleep pattern. Those are things you can do that you haven't been doing. You're going to have to increase your vitamin supplements. I take very specific vitamins every single day. You're going to have to really go through what you need. And being a woman, and listen, I will say this to you, even if you're not going to get pregnant or trying to get pregnant, and you're not, but a prenatal vitamin has everything you could possibly need in it. So you could actually get a prenatal vitamin, which is something you haven't been taking, so I'm offering you some suggestions. A prenatal vitamin and take it every single day. It will definitely enhance your health. And I encourage you to get some D3 supplements. Take D3 every day. Now, if you're getting exercise outside, you're getting during the morning or evening, early evening, you're getting some sun. But you may need more because your vitamin D deficiency may already exist. So you may need more vitamin D3. I encourage you to take vitamin D3. And you can decide if you need A's depending on what you're getting from your food groups. You can decide if you need A or B12, or if you need vitamin C. You know, if you're not drinking enough orange juice, you need some more vitamin C, you may need a vitamin supplement. But there are things that you can do that you haven't been doing. Getting more exercise. And then changing up your eating habits. You know, you eat what you want to eat, and that's good. But you may have to change up your eating habits so that you can eat some foods that are going to empower you to have more energy. Spinach. Okay, I know I'm not trying to tell you that you're going to become Popeye or I kind of dated myself, but I'm saying this to say spinach is going to be a good one for you to increase your energy level. There are foods that will help you increase your energy, but you have to add to those exercise. There are things you can do that you haven't thought of, as you said, to improve your health and wellness, to improve your energy level. And one of the things is going to be the more you work out, the more energy you're going to have. That's just a natural phenomenon. If you work out, you're going to have more energy. So that's something you're going to have to improve. You know, just walking is not, I mean, that's a great exercise, but just walking is not going to do it. You're going to have to add something to that if you want to increase your energy level. Or you can't mall walk. If you're going to walk, you're going to, maybe somewhere between mall walk and speed walking, you can find a pace that's comfortable for you. But if you can start running, just walk part of it, run part of it. There is something you can do to increase your energy level. The things you've been thinking about doing, like watching your favorite movies and resting your body, resting your body is not a bad thing to do, but it's going to take up a portion of your day that you could be doing something more active to increase your energy level. So I want to encourage you to do those things. And then I'm going to encourage you most of all to really go on BeccaTheDietitian.com. Look around, see what you can find, tips that you can find that are going to allow you to increase your energy level and to improve your health and wellness. Because that's a focus for every one of us, and that's why every first Thursday of the month, Becca the Dietitian is with us right here in 3D. Rebecca Buva, licensed and registered dietitian and nutritionist, BeccaTheDietitian.com. Now, having said that, just so that our listeners and viewers are aware, BeccaTheDietitian.com will actually be with us on the first Friday of September. Due to scheduling, she's going to be with us on Friday instead of Thursday, but the first Thursday of every month. Normally, Rebecca Buva, licensed and registered dietitian and nutritionist, is with us right here, live in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. This segment of the broadcast has been brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. We will place you into our queue so that you can become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. Taxes and fees are included in your bill, and if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill at T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. I'm going to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you have been in a relationship since March of 2018. However, the pandemic has made you aware that you have no idea where the relationship is going. So let me say this, because I hear so much about relationships over and over again, and I'm going to continue addressing them over and over again. So your relationship, you've been in this relationship for over 3 years actually, but since March of 2018. Now what's happened is you've realized that you don't have a clue where the relationship is going. This is what you have to identify at the very beginning of your relationship. Before you get into a relationship, you have to know, don't wait until you get into a relationship to find out where it's going. You know, this is one of the things that I've said to all of our listeners and viewers over and over again. First of all, you have to have a vision. You have to write a vision and make it plain. You have to really, so we write a 7-year plan, and now those of you that have been with us since the beginning of 3D, which was in 2017, you've written your 7-year plan now. I've encouraged you to begin writing your 14-year plan. So here's what you have to recognize. When you write the vision that you have for your life, when you write your 7-year plan, when you write your 14-year plan, when you write your 21-year plan, what you're doing is writing the vision and making it clear, making it plain, so that as you review it, you can work to accomplish the vision. So what you have to remember is that you cannot go into a relationship and wait until you're 3 years into a relationship to figure out where it's going. So what I'm going to ask you to do is this, to stop where you are right now in this relationship and tell your significant other that it's time for the two of you to write a 7-year plan. You've got to write a plan so that you know exactly where you're going. Now, it all starts from the very beginning. So I've told our listeners and viewers, and I'm going to say this again because we have a lot of new listeners and viewers. We're Facebook Live, we're YouTube Live, and we're on RadioFreeNetwork.com. So we know that we have a lot of new listeners. If you go to RadioFreeNetwork.com, you can click on radio, the Dropbox will appear, click on the New Life link. All of our broadcasts are available to you. Live are available to you and archived. But now here's what you need to know. I've said this to our listeners and viewers. If you're going to start dating someone, they either need to take you to church and out to lunch 3 times before you ever decide to get into a relationship. 3 times they need to take you out. They need to take you to church and then take you to lunch. If they don't have a church, you need to take them to your church. You need to tell them you want them to take you to your church 3 times and out to lunch. In those 3 occurrences, you are listening to the Word of God. You can discuss that at lunch, and then you need to discuss the vision that both of you have for your life. You need to ask those questions. So the very first time you go out to lunch after going to church, it really should be about, what did you learn from the message? That's the first thing you should have a conversation about. What's your understanding of the Word? That way you know where they are spiritually, first of all. I mean, not the fact that if they don't have a church, you understand where they are spiritually from that perspective, but you need to find out about their understanding of the Word. What did you get from the message today? Let's talk about that. You don't need to spend time talking about what, entertainment events you want to attend. You don't need to spend time talking about what traveling you want to do. You need to understand what their understanding is about the Word of God, first and foremost. And then you need to talk to them about their experiences growing up. Talk to them about their family. One of the very first things when you go for a health and wellness checkup, one of the very first things that your primary care physician is going to want to know is what is the condition of your family. Has there been any heart disease? Has there been any kidney disease? Has there been any occurrence of cancer? Has there been any mental health issues? They're going to ask those questions because they're trying to develop a history. You need to know that. You need to talk about those things. And then once you get an understanding of their background, then you want to know what are they looking forward to moving forward. That's on the first occurrence of going to church and then out on a date to lunch. That's the very first one. Those three things you can discuss. And then the second time you go to church and out to lunch, you can talk about careers. You can talk about career performance. You can talk about level of success and desire for success. You can talk about what's the vision for their life and share the vision you have for your life. Do you either of you want to be married? Do you want to someday have children? That's a conversation that you can have. And then the next time you go to church and out to lunch, what's your 7-year plan? What's your 14-year plan? What's your 21-year plan? So what's your short-term plan, your mid-term plan, and your long-term plan? Those are questions that you should be asking on that third occurrence of going to church together and out to lunch. And before that lunch ends, you should ask if they're willing to write a 7-year plan, and you're going to write a 7-year plan, and then the next time you come together, you're going to discuss your 7-year plan and determine if you can merge it together. And then when you come together again, then you can talk about that plan, and then you can talk about the things you might like to do if you're going to pursue a relationship. Because after that third time, the third occurrence of going to church and out to lunch, you will know if you want to spend any more time with this person. You'll know if there's a potential to develop a relationship. You'll know if you can deal with the possibility of working to spend the rest of your life together and build a life together, a great quality of life. You'll know all of those things after. You will know all of those things after the third occurrence of going to church together and out to lunch. That's 3 weeks have gone by. And now that doesn't imply that you can't have a conversation during the week about work. It doesn't imply that you can't have a conversation about work, your career. You can have those discussions during the week. But they should follow whatever the pattern is for each week. So if you have a discussion, if your first discussion after church and going to lunch is about the message and about family and about family history, and then having a conversation about what you look forward to in life, then that's what the conversation should be about during the week also. It shouldn't be about, in a few weeks we're going to take a trip to the Bahamas. It shouldn't be about what athletic events you're going to attend or concerts you're going to attend. or going out. It doesn't need to be about those things. It needs to be about, can we successfully develop a relationship? And that's not part of it. That's not part of, that's entertainment. That's something that's way down the line. About a month from you first being asked to go out. But during the month, you're going through a process of, is this the person that I want to develop a relationship with, eventually build a life together, and a great quality of life? That's what your month is spent doing. That's the reason there's 12 months in a year. Because you're going to need those month to month, you're going to need a month for certain things. You're going to need every season. And then when you start dating, spend a year getting to know one another. The whole year developing your relationship. Because you need to go through every season with the person. You've been through three years and have no idea where the relationship is going. We're going to change all that today. Take a pause and start doing things the right way. Because this will get you where you want to go. This will help you to find exactly where you want to go and where the two of you want to go together. This segment of the broadcast has been brought to you by WarriorCustomGolf.com. Times have changed. There's no need to spend big money for great golf clubs. If you're a golfer like myself, or you have a loved one who's a golfer, Warrior Custom Golf believes you should have the ultimate golf experience with quality golf clubs that do not break your bank account. You can order golf clubs from WarriorCustomGolf.com. They will manufacture and ship, custom manufacture and ship golf clubs to your specification right to your front door at WarriorCustomGolf.com. And Charles Terry, located in London, the UK. They also have stores in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and at the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So go to ctshirts.com and you will see, type in the search bar the word golf. You will see everything that Charles Terry has to offer for men to experience a great game of golf. All the attire that you can find at Charles Terry, ctshirts.com. I want to address another communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers. I don't want to run out of time on this, so I really want to just take a moment to say it's real important that we get this right as we come out of this pandemic. So one of our listeners and viewers said that your relationship ended during the pandemic and now you are ready to get back out. You're ready to date again. However, you find it difficult to have the desire to get back out there. So what I'm going to say is this: prepare yourself first. Prepare you. And then change your routine. So you'll meet different types of people if you're going to the gym, if you are maybe running some races or participating in some walk runs that maybe are for Alzheimer's or childhood obesity. You're going to meet different people along the way. If you start going to some charitable functions, you start participating in some charitable activities, maybe as a volunteer, you're going to meet a different type of person. But the first thing you've got to do is to work on you. And when I say change your routine, that means stop hanging out with your girlfriends, because if there's a herd of you, that means someone's going to pick from the herd. You may or may not get chosen, but that means you got to keep doing that over and over again. You don't want to keep doing that over and over again. So prepare yourself and then change your routine, and you'll find that dating won't be as complicated. Nobody likes it, but it's necessary to find that one person who God has assigned for your life. Today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast 3D has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you, and may God give you peace that surpasses all understanding. Remember, we're Facebook Live, we're YouTube Live, and we are on RadioFreeNetwork.com. Click on radio, the Dropbox will appear. Click on the New Life link, and every broadcast will be available to you. If you're in our area, I hope to see you